Hello everyone, this is Professor DePaulo. Welcome you to this walkthrough for frequency distributions. So right now we have a bunch of scores, quiz scores, and I'm going to create the frequency distribution for these scores. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write them all out here on the side, and I'm going to put the lower number at the bottom and the higher numbers at the top. So these scores range from 1 to 10. I'm also going to include any missing numbers. So the frequency of missing numbers will be 0, but I'm going to include them here as possible values. So these are my x values. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So don't mind the sloppiness of the table. I'm writing on a tablet. So these are our x values. Now we're going to do our f values. So what I'd like to do first is a tally. So actually I'll make a tally column here first. So I'm just going to erase this f and make a tally. So I'll just put tally here. Tally's not really part of the table, but I'm going to make it so that I can keep track. So we got a 10 here, right? We got another 10 here. I'm crossing out. Another 10 here. 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 And one last 10 here. And I have 3 9s. And I have this all arranged really easily for us. So you don't have to make a tally because this is a very easy problem, but with more numbers, you'd want to make a tally so you're not missing anything. Here we only have 20 data points, so it's pretty easy without a tally. I'm just making the tally for the sake of it. 2 5s, a 4, a 2, and a 1. So those are my tallies if you choose to make a tally. You don't have to make a tally, but you could choose to make a tally. Now my F column. So for my F column, I'm going to just count the tally up. So let's start with 1 at the bottom, 1 here, 0 here, 1 for 4, 2 for 5, 2 for 6, 0 for 7, 2 for 8, 3 for 9. And this is 5, 6, 7, 8. So that gives me 8, 11, 13, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. This gives me out of 20. So that's my F column. Then I'm going to want the relative frequency next. So the relative frequency is just going to be RF is equal to F divided by N as a decimal. So this is going to be a decimal. So 8 over 20 is 4 out of 10, which is 0.4. Doesn't matter how you fill this out. This is 0.15. This is 0.10. This is 0. This is 0.10. This is 0.10. This is 0.05. This obviously is 0. This is 0.05. And this is 0.05. So this should add up to 1. So 0.4, let's put 0.40. 40, 55, 65, 75, 85, 90, 95, 100. So that adds up to approximately 1, which is what I want. That's my relative frequency. Now my cumulative frequency, we're going to start at the bottom, just copy over the frequency. So for the bottom of the scale here, or the bottom of the table, I have 1, a score of 1. Just copy over the F value for the score of 1. So since the F value here is 1, we're just going to copy it over. Sorry, that's 1. I made that sloppy. Sloppiness is generally not a problem with a pencil or a pen, but it's a problem when you're writing on a tablet. Now we're going to add. So 1 plus the next value. So the next value for 2 is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So I'm adding on a diagonal here. 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 0 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 plus 8 is 20. So this value up here has to be equal to n. And it is. N is 20. N is 20 on the top. So far so good. The last one we want to do is the CP column. So I'll put it out here because I wrote a little sloppy here. So CP is equal to CF over N times 100. So that's what we're going to do here. It doesn't matter where you start. I think I'd start at the bottom. It's just easier always starting at the bottom. So this is 1 out of 20, which is 0.05 times 100 is 5%. So 2 is 10%. 2 is also stays at 10%. 3 is 15%. 5 is 25%. 7 is 35%. 7 is still 35%. 9 is 45%. 12 is 60%. 20 is 100%. You want the 100 at the top of this column. And there's your CP column. And you're pretty much done here, unless I ask you about percentile rank. So I may ask, what is the percentile rank for a value of 7? So if you want the percentile rank for a value of 7, go find 7. Move over, find the percentile rank, which is in the CP column. So this percentile rank here, 7, move over to the CP column. It gives me 35 as my percentile rank. And that's it for frequency distribution. So I hope that helped you out. And if you have any other questions, feel free to contact me.